Well, hey there, y'all. So, it's gonna be story time today in today's vlog. I got deported. So when I left Cape Town, South Africa, after working with some great groups, and I had a great time in Cape Town, loved it there. Really cool. Definitely recommend everybody check it out if you're able to. I was supposed to go to Cote d'Ivoire, and that's on the west coast of Africa, a little bit further up than halfway, and this is 100% my fault, I should say that. So yeah, I flew from Cape Town to Ethiopia, and then Ethiopia to Cote d'Ivoire, commonly called the Ivory Coast. And yeah, I get there, they're like, where's your visa? I didn't know that I needed to get a visa before I got there. You can get it, like, I think it's 48 hours before you show up, you need to have applied for the visa. I was just like, oh, I'll get a visa on arrival. That wasn't an option. And they speak French there, and a few other languages, so I don't speak French very well, and there was definitely some language barriers going on. But they sat me in this like little isolation area, and they kept coming in and asking, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm working with this charity. Told them all about the charity I was supposed to work with, Ivory Coast Aid. And I was like, here, you can talk to the director of the charity, she knows that I'm coming. And they were like, okay. And I really thought that they were gonna give me a visa. Well, about 8 or 9 hours go by, and I'm just sitting there like, oh god, I really just want to get to my Airbnb, start doing a bit of exploring in the time I have left in the day. And then they're like, okay, well, we're deporting you. So I'm getting kicked out of the country. And when I picked up my plane ticket in Cape Town, the agent behind the counter for the airline said, it was, do you have your visa? I was like, oh, I'm going to get one on arrival. And she goes, oh, okay. And usually, like, if you're trying to fly through India or something, unless you have your visa and you show it to them, they won't give you your ticket. And this woman, so she kind of reaffirmed my thought, oh, I can get a visa on arrival. That's not the case. And they're like, okay, we're going to put you back with the same airline. You have another flight. It's going to go back to Ethiopia, and then from Ethiopia back to Cape Town. And they took my passport and they wouldn't give it back. They gave it to the aircraft crew, like the stewardesses and everything, the flight attendants, and they said, I'll get it back when I get to immigration and customs in Cape Town. Wasn't very happy that they took my passport away, but yeah, there's nothing I could do. So got kicked out of the country. I had a military police escort walk me from the little holding area where I was in all the way to the gate, and he sat down, right across from me, and he just would not take his eyes off me. It was very intimidating. He's got a submachine gun and everything, and I'm like, whoa, that's little intense. So yeah, they put me on the plane, give my passport to the flight attendants, and then flew back to Ethiopia, because I didn't have that long of a layover. I landed like really late at night, almost, I think it was like 1 a.m. if memory serves, and yeah, I had to sleep in the airport, and that is not like a very nice airport there. So yeah, slept in the airport, did a little bit of sleep, set my alarm, woke up, and then flew back to Cape Town. And when I got to Cape Town, they're flipping through my passport. They're like, what are you doing back so soon? And I'm like, I got deported. And they're like, they had a laugh, and they're like, okay, well, welcome back. So landed, clear immigration and customs. And then when I go to get my bag and everything, the woman who had helped me off the plane to immigration, she's like, hey, I'm here, I'm about to leave, but this is an agent from the airline. It was South African Airways, and they're like, hey, we need to be reimbursed for your plane ticket for you being deported. We had to fly you back, because when you get deported, it's the airline's responsibility to make sure that you have all the necessary paperwork to go to a lot of these countries, and they didn't do their due diligence, and they just gave me my ticket and didn't check my visa status. So yeah, she wanted me to pay for those tickets, and I said no. You know, as the past day and a half while I've been dealing with this, I looked into it, and this is your fault. Well, technically, it's my fault for not having the correct visa, but you know, you guys didn't check, and so no, I'm not paying you for this plane ride. These 2 plane rides I already have done. And she was just like, okay, and walked away. So yeah, didn't pay for my deportation plane back out of Cote d'Ivoire, back to Cape Town. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to make this video in case anybody's curious about what it's like to get deported. It was intimidating, but it wasn't really that like scary. I definitely didn't feel like a criminal or anything. They didn't make me feel like a criminal. But yeah, it was a rough couple days, because after Cote d'Ivoire, I was supposed to go to my next country, which was Morocco, and I had my plane booked and everything. That was the biggest bummer. I lost a lot of money because I had to cancel an Airbnb. My plane ride into Cote d'Ivoire that I paid for with using miles was, you know, just basically a waste. And then I had to figure out how to get to Morocco, and the next flight's leaving. The easiest way I figured out to do it was I was going to fly from the Cape Town airport to Dubai, have like a 7-8 hour layover, and then fly to Casablanca, and then from Casablanca I was going to fly to Marrakesh, and that's like a 1 hour flight. Yeah, little short story about that. When I landed in Casablanca, I had to wait for 9 hours, and then they canceled the flight. So I had to get on a bus with everybody that was supposed to be on the plane. It was like three or four like tourist buses, and they drove us at 1 a.m. to the Marrakesh airport, just dropped us off. So it was 4 days of travel. I smelled so bad because I hadn't been able to shower. Yeah, it was rough, and I did the math, and I think I was like 3,200 miles short of circumnavigating the globe around the equator, which is, you know, the fattest part of the earth. So I did a lot of flying in 4 days, smelled horrible. All I ate was like airplane food. Yeah, it was not fun. So I wanted to make this video for all of you and let you know, what the experience of being deported was like for me. I'm sure it's different, you know, country to country, region to region, but yeah, it was not fun. I look back at it now and I kind of get a chuckle out of it. It was an expensive mistake. So the biggest, I guess, lesson I can tell everybody is if you're going somewhere, check the visa requirements. If you're US, you can go to state.gov, look into the country, and it'll tell you what you need to get in. I had just been so used to having visas on arrivals, and I thought I got all the visas I needed beforehand for this 52 countries in 52 weeks trip. You know, Vietnam, China, India, a few others that you need to get your visas beforehand. Australia is another one, but that's super easy. You can do it with your airline after you book your ticket, and they'll do it for free for you. So yeah, just kind of let you know my experience of getting deported from a country. And I guess it's not going to be 52 countries in 52 weeks. Now it's down to 51 countries in 52 weeks. So yeah, it was a big bummer. I really wanted to work with this group in Cote d'Ivoire, but learned a valuable lesson. You know, always make sure that you have the visas you need. So yeah, just, you know, hopefully this will be a learning lesson for you. It's an expensive learning lesson for me. I was angry at myself, so mad at myself at the time, because I was like, I'm better than this. I should have known. But yeah, it slipped, and I paid for it. So hopefully, if you're watching this video, you'll never get deported. You'll never have to know what this is like. But if you're curious, now you know what my story was for getting deported from an African nation. Yep, it was no fun. But I can look back at it now and laugh, and I'm the only one of anybody I know that's ever been deported. So that should be a fun story to tell down the road. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll get to the next country now. Next video is going to be the next country because there's going to be nothing from Cote d'Ivoire. So I will see y'all in the next country, which I've already told you is going to be Morocco. So we'll see you there.